Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Bloomberg.
Well, thank you, everyone. It's great to be here. Thank you, thank you. Although I will say, when I got an invitation to tonight's event, I naturally assumed I'd be getting a fashion award. Now, I may not have the flair of Marc Jacobs or Alexander Wang, but I did create 12 years of mayoral outfits with just 2 pairs of loafers and 2 colors of business suits. If that doesn't qualify me for a lifetime award, I don't know what does. On the other hand, I'm very glad that my friend Jamie Drake is being honored tonight. Jamie, where are you? Here someplace. I've known him for many years. He is a genius, and after tonight's award, I think he's going to try to raise his rates. But actually, I'm not even sure that's possible. You have to pay him to understand the joke. I am also happy to help applaud another friend and a great New Yorker who does so much for fashion in the city and the fashion industry, and that is Lou Frankfurt. It is easy to say the Coach table is right down here. And as CEO of Coach, Lou has guided the company through an extraordinary period of growth. He's been a tremendous partner to our administration as we work to build a stronger fashion industry in this city. And under Lou, Coach became the anchor tenant at the new Hudson Yards, the biggest development process in the city in decades. And now you see lots of other companies are following Coach's lead and helping us usher in an incredible future for the west side of Manhattan. And that future includes the Culture Shed at Hudson Yards, which is an exciting new venue, and I'm happy to say will soon be the home of Fashion Week. And for the first time, Fashion Week's really going to have a home. The Culture Shed will be a fantastic place to celebrate fashion, and Lou and Coach are helping to make it possible as partners in Hudson Yards. And along with Dion von Furstenberg, Coach has been a big supporter of the wildly popular Highline Park, which has made waves around the world and helped usher in a renaissance in Chelsea. Let us hear it from all of those who live in Chelsea to say thank you. Coach has been a part of this city for 70 years, since the company started in a midtown loft, but it was Lou's leadership that really helped the company take off. Lou was a Bronx boy who spent years in city government working for the most vulnerable before taking over Coach, and he's always been committed throughout his career to making the city the best that it can be, and that includes his leadership of the city's fashion industry, which is stronger and more diverse and more vibrant than it has ever been. Today, more than 900 fashion companies are headquartered in New York City, double the number of Paris. And fashion employs yes, that does deserve a round of applause. Anybody tells you it's not happening here, they just don't understand. Fashion employs 180,000 people in our city, about 5% of the entire workforce. And it's so important for us and for New York to have Lou doing all of this. So it's a real privilege and a pleasure to present the 2013 FGI Corporate Leadership Award to my friend Lou Frankfurt.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mayor Bloomberg, for that wonderful introduction. I'm honored by your presence. I know you have a lot of other things to do, as I said in the back. I thank you for coming. New York City is an integral part of the Coach DNA, and I can think of no one more meaningful to accept this award from than you. On behalf of the entire Coach organization, thank you for everything you have done for our great city. We applaud your relentless commitment to improving New York City's infrastructure, school system, parks, and culture. And we are inspired by your unique vision, which has changed our great city for the better and hopefully for the foreseeable future. And to the Fashion Group International members and board of directors, and especially Margaret Hayes, thank you for this prestigious recognition. I am delighted and touched to be accepting the Corporate Leadership Award this evening. By honoring me, you honor the entire Coach team, both past and present. As some of you know, and as the mayor indicated, I actually spent 10 wonderful and challenging years in city government, which prepared me for the private sector. And I began my journey with Coach in 1979. Annual sales were roughly $6 million, and we sold to anyone who would pay their bills, even late. 2 years later, we were the first department store vendor to open our very own retail store on Madison Avenue and 65th Street, just a few short blocks from Bloomingdale's. I vividly remember Marvin Traub, CEO of Bloomingdale's, pulling me aside when he learned of our plans and said, "Lou, I'm going to berate you in front of your staff and my team. I'm going to say that you're being a very bad partner for opening your own retail store. But off the record, I want you to know it's one of the smartest things you could ever do." That was Marvin Traub, may he rest in peace. After a terrific first-year performance, we continued our retail journey and never looked back. By 1985, we reached $20 million in sales, and by the mid-90s, we had become America's #1 accessories brand with $500 million in sales. At the time, confronted with new competition, we went through a major brand transformation, going from a classic American house of leather to a leading international accessories brand. Along with Reed Krakoff, we assembled an investment-grade team, many of whom are here tonight, all of whose contributions have made the company what it is today. Now, Coach has embarked on a new chapter, and I'm happy to have with me here tonight, this evening, both Stuart Vivers, our new Executive Creative Director, and Victor Luis, who will succeed me as CEO this coming January. I'm not going away that quickly. I'm going to continue with Coach as Executive Chairman, and I couldn't be more pleased with the choice of Victor as my successor. Victor has demonstrated the passion, vision, focus, superb execution, and strong values that make an outstanding leader. And Victor will have a strong partner in Stuart, who is recognized as one of the world's leading accessory designers. I am confident that Victor, together with Stuart, will forge the ideal partnership, or as I would like to say, the balance of logic and magic to advance Coach's transformation. Less than a year ago, as the mayor indicated, we proudly became the anchor tenant in the initial tower within the Hudson Yards development site on Manhattan's West Side. Our new global headquarters will move there upon completion. Coach's commitment is kickstarting the historic development of New York's next great neighborhood, a neighborhood that we have lived in since our inception in 1941. With Mayor Bloomberg's leadership, there is a new cultural institution in the making called the Culture Shed, as he said. It's an extraordinary new landmark and will serve as the cultural centerpiece of the Hudson Yards community. And as many of you know, and as the mayor indicated, it will be the future home of New York Fashion Week. It is my great pleasure and honor to announce a gift from the Coach Foundation in the amount of $15 million to help build the Culture Shed. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to, I'm going to close with a few more personal remarks that I think all of you can relate to. Never would I have ever dreamt of such a journey. I've been very lucky in my life, both professionally and personally. My father was a New York City policeman, and my mother was a homemaker. They taught me to strive for excellence, to be afraid of failure, and gave me the confidence to lead. And of course, Bobby, my wife and partner, right out there, has truly been my most important advisor. And I'm delighted to say that we together have raised 3 wonderful children, and that they are here today with their significant others. Thank you for being here. And I also want to just say a few other just closing remarks. Through my career, I've been fortunate enough to find colleagues who share my passion and vision for building Coach into a vibrant brand. I have been fortunate to contribute and succeed beyond any level I thought possible. And while I have worked hard for what I have achieved, I am not naive enough to think that I could have done it alone, without lots of help, of course. My Coach family has always believed in me and inspired me to be a much better leader, and I am forever grateful to them for accompanying me through this amazing journey. And there's a lot more to come for Coach. Thank you very much, everybody.